We're watching Bill Herman as he's about to call
there.
the auto shop.
This is Bill Herman calling about my truck.
They don't know he's calling.
He went through their bill, checked all of them. There was no major faults to the fuel system, the ignition system, the electrical system, drive shafts, the U-joints were all real nice.
The guy is making stuff up to sound like he knows what he's talking
The
about.
only thing we can think of inside those tires, being that they're Michelin's are probably 80,000 mile rated tires, so the tire compound's a little heavier in there, or a little stiffer, and that's what causing that little bit of vibration. Dave said you were concerned about the fuel mileage that's on it, or that you're getting with it.
Thorough
Like Dave
explanation.
said, the only thing we can really do there, Bill, is probably go through, tune it up, and clean and adjust the throttle body and the mass airflow sensor.
Solution-oriented talking.
What you're looking at, as of right now, there's no quote in there for any spark plugs showing up bad or anything like that, Bill. So I think we'll be throwing that $500 out the window.
Whoa.
Okay, so don't spend any money right now.
He is turning away the business.
Because right now there's no major quotes in it. Dave tested all the tune-up parts in it.
This is an ancient
Okay,
technique
so
to
you
get
don't
Bill to
really
want to
think
do
I'm
more stuff anyway.
there's any rubbing or
So he's about to
anything
ask
like
him
that
to
going on.
please fix something.
We can find the front axles are good. All the front end parts are good. He went through and double-checked everything.
It's
So I don't
reassuring
know,
Bill,
you know,
making Bill
unless
wanting
it's
him to
happening,
fix
like,
something
first
even
thing
worse.
In the morning when you leave, like where the rotors are getting a little bit roughed up, so you're feeling a little bit of vibration or a little rust buildup on the rollers. That's the only thing we can think of. I wouldn't be afraid to drive this thing around the world. You know
The
what I
guy
mean?
clearly does
All right,
not
well,
want
that's
to work
good to
in the
know,
truck.
brother. I will.
He's being very chipper about it.
Mileage, you might, it might help him a little bit by putting plugs and cleaning and adjusting the
Ooh,
throttle
a suggestion
body.
of a sale.
But when I do the
There's something you
tune-up
can
right
buy.
on, and we just did that about 70,000
But,
miles
you know, you
ago.
don't want to do
Yeah.
that because
So
that
it's
was
still
just a
good
bit
for
of
about
a
another 30,000 to go on
So they
it.
don't really need to
You
do
know what I
that.
mean?
Okay.
I can't justify spending the $500 trying to increase your fuel mileage by a little bit.
How much is a car wash?
Yeah, I know exactly what
How
you
about
mean.
a car
I
wash?
appreciate it, my friend.
A vacuum? They could use a vacuum.
You know, your mileage always seems to go down in the wintertime because your truck idles more, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the way you're driving it.
The truck idle more,
You're
and that's why
totally
their
driving
mileage
it
goes down
wrong.
a little bit in the wintertime. But other than that, I can't justify spending that $500. I don't think we're going to increase the mileage that
He's
much
not
to
working hard enough.
make it worthwhile.
Okay, well, I appreciate your honesty, man. How late are you open tonight so I can come and get it?
You're told 6, Bill.
6 o'clock. All right, I will come and see you. Thank you, my friend.
You got it, Bill. Have a good one.
Okay, bye-bye.
Unless that guy from Craigslist gets there first. Because
I
he
give a
can't
little
find...
plug to Sebastian Automotive. I mean, talk about a guy who could have, he could have billed me $500. Instead, he just called up and says, "Hey, nothing wrong with this car. Come get it."
I'd fire that guy. I could find $500 worth of things to do on your truck. No problem. Look, I get it. If you want to spend $500, I'll do these things and it'll be great.
Well, I just had my lower ball joints replaced. That cost me $1,000, so I wasn't very excited about bringing it back in. But
Well, what about your... Well, yeah. Well, I thought we were talking about your truck here.
this is my truck.
Oh.
We'll see if my wife wants to spend any money. Right now, she's just going to be happy that we don't have to spend any money right now because it was crazy. You know
Right.
how that kind of stuff sneaks up on you, man.
I do. All the time. Yeah. It's like my place is like a fun house. Every time you turn around. Does it ever stop? Yeah. Usually,
What are we
you
gonna
think you're
do
going to get a
now?
plateau after one bad one. It's like, okay, I need to recover.
What are we going to do? Mobile Beat. What are we going to do? Mobile Beat's over.
It's not over. No, it's happening. Today's the first day. I wonder how it went.
But I mean, it's go. But I mean, it's all the work that we were doing on the show. It's like we're not, right now. We're just doing it. It's going well, but it's like all the prep and all the stuff and all the stress. That's not. We're just having fun now. But then what are we gonna do?
There's no
We've
way
been
that
working
we're
on
going to
this
be
for a
able...
year. What are we gonna do?
Oh, what are we going to do after the show?
Yes.
Well, what did David Carradine do?
Other than stay drunk through the entire Vegas conference and then hopefully sobered up in time to get on a plane and go home, maybe we should stay in Vegas.
That's called a Bobby Darin moment.
Well,
But it's not really fully experienced unless you cough up blood.
okay.
And your performance, you have to nail it. If you do poorly in your performance because you're drinking, it's a total epic fail. Bobby Darin would get like shit-faced drunk, smoke a 10-pack of cigarettes, and go out and friggin' sing his heart out. Everybody like, oh my God, he's amazing. And then he'd go off stage and go, "Bleh," and cough, hack up a bloody lung. You do that, you have your Bobby Darin moment.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't be that wouldn't be the smartest thing you'd ever done. But and we're not that we're really good at not doing smart things. Did you see the latest story on people doing stupid crap? And I'm having a difficult time understanding it because isn't like marijuana legal in Amsterdam?
Are you talking about Kanye?
No, Kanye has a pot story.
Well, you were talking about
he's kind of a douche,
like really bad.
He's
anyway,
just an idiot. No, I found
it is legal there, but it's not to tourists. Last I heard.
I found a story. Police in Amsterdam zeroed in on a suspected marijuana grow house. Now, I thought that it was legal in Amsterdam.
Well, legal but regulated, I bet.
Oh. Okay, guess how they found this place that was growing marijuana in Amsterdam?
By the smell?
No. Try again.
A different sense with their sight.
I'll give you a hint. Okay, it happened only about a week ago. It had snowed in Amsterdam, but it was zeroed in on the exact place that the marijuana growing was happening
because it was warm and melty.
There was a roof of the house was all snow except for one spot was no snow because the grow lights had made it so hot that you could tell this one spot on the roof was completely clear of snow.
Oh, because it was in the attic.
Well, no, they just made their apartment in this house was so hot from grow lights that the entire roof of the apartment building was covered in snow except for this one spot like little circular spot.
Wow, that's amazing. That's even amazing. They'd be looking for that too.
Yeah, the trick worked so well that police tweeted out a photo of the telltale roof and asked residents to report any more that they might see.
Is this your roof? Oh my God.
Let's see. The officers investigated because the house was completely obscured and the roof was remarkably dry compared to the other roofs in the street.
What crime is that? I'd like to investigate your roof. It's a little dry.
Oh, here we go. The Netherlands may have a relatively liberal marijuana law, but it comes to personal use. When it comes to personal use, but not so much on the cultivation part. It's illegal to have more than 5 plants per house.
Yeah, they're very anti-farmer.
More of the corporate thing?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, I tried it once when I was, dating a college girl, and that soon afterwards she got rid of me.
That was when you were 12?
When I was 12. Yeah, baby. When I was 12 and was dating a college girl. That's when I tried my first marijuana cigarette.
Or you were dating her after you did it, or so you thought.
First and only. My experience was so wimpy. I mean, she had tried it. She was not a big deal. She was like, "Yeah, well, come on, man." Well, not long after I had my freak out. I mean, a huge freak out. She dumped me. Like,
I wonder why.
What a weird guy, man. It's just, he took a couple of tokes and freaked the hell out. What's wrong with you, man? So, yeah. Doesn't surprise anybody, I'm sure.
Confessions by a DJ.
Yeah, it's me, baby. That's me.
Tune in for more confessions when Bill says,
"Why do we have to confess only me? Why can't you do some confessing?"
Because I'm the announcer guy.
Oh, you've got to have better stories than me, man. I'm a wimp. I was a teetotaler and the kind of kid at school in high school that you'd want to punch because I was everything but a narc. I didn't I thought I looked down at people who did beer drinking and smoked cigarettes.
I have no good stories.
Really?
I have no good stories that way. I really, really don't. I'm really thinking. I've got a DJ story popped into mind.
Oh,
when I DJ'd in North Dakota in the early 90s, I was like, I played country everywhere because that's what people wanted to listen to.
Yeah.
And I didn't like country. I liked the kind of techno rave dance stuff. So my mission every dance was to do the right kind of mix to get the crowd worked up to the point that they danced to my rave stuff.
Okay.
It was a supreme challenge because it was not popular out in the country. It was not at all. But if I could get them whipped up enough, they'd be like, "Wow!" Right? So I remember doing this town hall, and this is actually the town of Olga. And I pulled in through the woods on this
Olga?
Olga, yeah.
How do you spell Olga?
Olga.
Well, that's not Olga. That sounds like a German woman. Hey, come down, lad. Olga will dance with you.
The locals call it Olga.
Okay.
Maybe it was Olga. I don't know. Anyway,
All right.
so I pull in
Small
there
town.
and I pull up this driveway and I go into the woods. And when I pull up, there is a town hall.
Yeah.
And then there is a church and a bar. And that's it.
Okay.
That's Olga. Right?
there's
I'm
a
like,
couple
okay.
towns like that in Minnesota,
Wedding,
too.
liquor, party house. Okay, so I go in there and I set up. And the first thing I realized when I set up is, no, I don't realize it actually. Somebody comes and hands me a bag and they said, here, you'll need these tonight. And I said, what are these? They go, they're the fuses. I go, fuses? They go, yeah. Oh, yeah, the bands are everybody. They always blow fuses when they work here. So these are just for you. When you blow a fuse, just go and change it out. And I'm like,
Really?
oh, this is going to totally suck. And I'm not thinking, oh my gosh, this is dangerous. I'm thinking like, I don't want to get shut down in the middle of a set. I work
Right.
too hard to get things going. I don't want to have to rebuild. This is not good. And so
Is this when you had your coffee can light show?
this, I had more than that. I had the coffee can light show, and I had the big PAR 64 cans doing kind of blacklight effects, and I had the giant beacons at 10,000 candle power, and I had lasers, and I had strobes, and I had a huge light, like 64 lights in this lighting setup.
And the coffee can.
And the coffee can, and the great big
crazy.
PVs.
You had all that cool lighting, and you had a bunch of coffee cans.
Well, no. The coffee cans are pretty cool. The coffee cans were like it was custom manufactured by my dad and uncle. It was actually impressive. Most people didn't really realize it was a coffee can light show till after the lights were up.
Yeah, well, wow, look at that. Folgers.
Are those coffee cans? Why, yes, they are. I recycle. Although being
love
green
Maxwell
wasn't quite
House.
as big back then. You know, they didn't really give you a warm, fuzzy star for being green like
Yeah,
I
I
was.
gotcha.
So, anyway, so I thought, well, let's see. What did my dad teach me? Oh, my dad taught me if you don't have a fuse, you can temporarily bridge it by putting a penny in with the fuse.
What? What?
Yeah, because then that makes a direct connection and you don't have to worry about it popping.
You didn't do this.
So I took and I put a penny in there and I cranked down the thing. I rocked the house. I got that. It was a sea of cowboy hats. And I got it to the point to where I threw on like Mr. Zane calling Mr. Vane. And they were just bobbing around everywhere. The bar owner's like, I have to have you come back and play my bar. You're amazing. You know, they were in this like drunken euphoria. This was not, I'm not telling this story like this happened every time I DJ'd. This didn't happen every time I DJ'd. It was one of those magic nights where everything I was doing worked and they were just going on the ride that I started creating. And I was taking them all over the place. And it was an absolute blast. And amazingly, I did not burn the place down. And at the end of the night, they were like,
smelling smoke.
waiting for smoke to be coming out of the back room that I recognized as where I did the number with the penny. And so
melts down.
So then when it was all over with, they were like, and you didn't blow a fuse. That was amazing. I'm like, I know, right? And I took that penny. That's my lucky penny.
No, you don't have that. You still have that.
I don't have it anymore, but I took it as my lucky penny then. Telling the story now, it sounds like it has more significance. I should have saved it.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. I can't believe you should be dead. The place should have burst into flame.
Ingenuity. Well, if you think about it, either way, it would be like an incredible memory.
I risked the lives of 500 people because I didn't want to mess with my sets.
The refrigerator did not shut me down.
Wow.
Hey, we plugged in the crock pot. Sorry, popped your power there.
And this is the part of the show where we say, don't try this at home.
Oh, yeah, that was back when I was a terrible DJ. Don't ever do this.
And that brings us to another end of another Bill and Jason show. If you'd like to send us some comments about how idiotic the penny trick was, you can write it into the comments below. Or you can go to Facebook and say the same thing. Or call Ben Stowe and tell Ben that
What a great idea that
Jason
is.
Jones uses coins instead of fuses.
Broadcasting from high atop planet Earth at a rate of 96 kilobytes sampled per second over the interweb in an effort to stop glorifying being busy. This has been an entertainment experience production.